Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
What's up, friends? Welcome back to the TV Terminal. My name is Adam Vale, Senior Editor over at the Koalition.com.
My name is Lawrence, aka A Punk with Toys, on all the socials.
All the socials, and we are back, people. This is it. Now we're really winding down. This is episode 8, Tulsa King season 3. Nothing is over, but you know what? This season's almost over. And
now,
go ahead.
If this would have been episode 6, then we would have been like, "Hey, this makes sense." It's a season.
Yeah. Cliffhanger.
Even though we found out episode 6 wasn't.
No, it was not. We went through that in episode 7. Hopefully, let's just forget. What are you talking about? We erase history. That didn't happen. But man, this episode, this was pretty good. Pretty good. Still a little shocked with the ending. Not so much of the explosion, but the fact that everybody appeared to have made it out. I did not expect that. You know, usually when you see something like this in an episode, there's a ticking. I got the 24 vibe, clearly because of the clock, but it's like, hey, we got to get over there. We're running out of time. You're in the car. You're racing through traffic. Oh, there's a bomb. We're thinking it's not going to make it, right? That it just makes sense that then, or they finally get a hold of her. Maybe she picks up hello and boom.
That was a question. Would Margaret? I mean, would they be willing to kill Margaret off?
Yeah. That's what you said, Margaret. Right now, I thought Cal, but we'll go right into it.
Either one of them. I mean, you could have changed the whole outcome, and then we don't know. Obviously, we don't know what the series is what's gonna happen.
Oh, they just killed Armand. We saw it today.
No, we did it. Well, we did exactly. It because it was not in the screen.
It was not in the. It was too graphic for our pure eyes, so they held it back.
That is something one of us would have at least noticed, because when you brought that up, I'm like, oh, I didn't see anyone hanging, and when he said legs, I was thinking like maybe to the side. Then you sent me the picture. I'm like, that's the whole body, just the back of him.
That's what I'm saying. My buddy was telling me, he was like, "What do you mean? They show his whole body?" I'm like, "Hold on." I boot up the app. I take a look, Paramount. I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's hanging." Holy moly! There's no doubt about it.
He got the same shirt, so
yeah. No, this is it. He's gone.
Yes, it is.
Hey, well, there you go. But hey, everybody, thanks again for the likes, all the new subs. Everybody that's here. If we have a bunch of other shows that we've been covering, you can click on the playlist on YouTube. You can see all the other shows: Terminalist, Mobland, Murder Bot. I mean, we've been at this pretty much hardcore since the beginning of the year, right? Like we just constantly banging another show out.
I don't think there's been a week that we haven't done anything. We've pretty much rolled from one show. And usually there's some sort of overlap, and it's exhausting. I mean,
it is very exhausting.
You're doing stuff with other people. I mean, you've done everything on the channel so far.
Yeah, everything. And then talk about the overlap. We have more overlap because this one, which we thought was over, we're like, all right, well, we just got it's not. Okay.
I was like,
he was getting ready.
I was so happy because I'm like, you know what? No, this is great. Tulsa King. Landman, it doesn't start for. I'm gonna have a couple weeks off, so I can clear things up on my channel, get out to Iowa, and you're like, oh yeah, there's like 4 episodes left. What do you mean?
Yeah, we got that. So let's see. All right, if we do our schedule real quick, people, then we'll get into it. Promise, we're gonna get into it. So we have the Tulsa King finishing this up 10 episode season with all confirmed now. Then we also have Mary Kingstown that I'm running with Josh. That's on the channel. We just finished episode 2. We have Landman that's coming November 16th. That's
we're gonna have 3 episodes, three different episodes of 3 different shows, all dropping on the same day at 3 p.m.
That's right. Because Landman is Landman on Sundays.
Yes,
it is, right? Oh man. Oh, that's all right. I gotta figure out the time because already with Mayor Kingstown and Tulsa King, they drop at the same time. So I've been splitting them. You'll see people, it's like 10 minutes apart. I split them 10 minutes apart, so that way it doesn't get flagged from YouTube for spamming. I don't know if that's a thing. Some people say it is, some people say it isn't.
YouTube doesn't like you spamming, but again, it's like, wait a minute. I mean, they put an embargo on, and you can put 3 of your three of your shows on the same day, and you lift the
embargo to lift at the same time. Yeah, it's like, it's just one of those things. And then also we have the Spartacus House of Azure. That's another one. I'm gonna have a special guest join me. He's all into the Spartacus universe, so he's like, I gotta do this. I gotta talk about it. It's like, all right. So we got that, and that's December 5th. That kicks off. And then later on, we got some more stuff. But as you see, we got a bunch of stuff already here and there and everywhere. So thanks again for all the likes, the subs, and all the platforms, especially here on YouTube, putting comments and just joining us with this. Because as I always say, and I'll just say it real quick here, we watch it. We're trying to create a casual conversation about these shows. There's so much AI generated content on this platform already. Worse. It's getting worse. Everything is just like, here's this and this and this and this. And thanks for watching. Like, I can't take it. There's a place for that, and I get that. But I feel like we miss this conversations, people talking. Maybe you don't have somebody to talk with about a show that you like. Well, here you go.
I listened to a G.I. Joe thing that someone put on one of the Facebooks. I'm like, you need to, it was not telling me, but telling everyone, hey, you need to watch this. I hope this doesn't happen to G.I. Joe. And I'm listening to it as I'm grocery shopping, and I'm like, as the person's going through it, you start to realize it's AI generated. And so the All Striker, he says the AWE. Now, I did hear the other day someone refer to it, but then he gets to the bats, and it says the BATS. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate this. Like, just read it yourself. Read the script yourself.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. Just get out there, just real talk. And that's what we're offering. We've already had some positive feedback just on that alone. They're like, oh wow, real people talking about real shows. That's great. So that's our thing. We watch it, we jump in here, we share our thoughts and notes. We leave it up to you guys and gals. Just jump in, talk with us.
And I listen to a lot of different stuff. I don't just do toys, and I don't just do this. There are certain channels that I watch, and like, once you get that AI generated, you'll hear it on multiple channels. It takes away from something. There's no reflection, no reflection in the voice. There's no like confusion when the person's like, and then this didn't really make like.
Heavily scripted with all the stuff. It's like, yeah, exactly.
I feel like I'm the only one that saw Terminator and know how this all ends.
Exactly, right. Speaking of that, that's it with that. We just want to get out the way. Let's get into this episode. Maybe I'll just put a little timestamp. This is after the rambles. But hey, we are back. Here we go.
So we see them getting their liquor license back. Yay!
Nice. Yay! Time to do the booze.
Which doesn't really like. That's it. Okay, hey, cool. We get a liquor license. And basically, if I remember correctly, Dwight says something like, if he comes back, you better bring the National Guard. Like, all right, dude.
Yeah, he's getting.
Then we see Cole picking up Jeremiah from the prison, with his Bentley. And then
I was surprised that he was even in a prison. Why not just put him in a holding cell? But they did put him in the orange suit. And I was like, who he is. We saw that the sheriff was kissing his butt right before. Remember, like, I'm sorry, gotta do this. It's like,
no explanation of him getting put in prison because he got sent to prison, like you said.
Yeah.
And then he's walking out in his suit, and it's like, all right, was there something that he has a judge in his pocket? How did he just get out? But Cole picks him up. Yeah, Cole picks him up in his Bentley with his, sleeveless shirt. Listen, if you're driving a Bentley, I'd be mad too if my son was pulling up with his sweaty armpits all over the.
Well, he's got to show off the guns, man. He's got to show them off. That's what his dad kept saying. He's like, "Are you all muscles and nothing else?"
You can wear a t-shirt and still show them off. Mm-hmm. All right, they're big. Those things are big enough that he can wear a medium and he'd be fine.
That's true. Yeah. I picture him as one of those guys just walking around with a hand grip all day long. It's like, so tell me about your life. He's that guy. He's driving with a hand grip. That's what I picture.
I like the moment you said it. It's like, yeah,
there you go.
And then we see Dexter. That is the watchmaker. and he is he's
putting a
making this
bomb. Yeah.
In the, was it a suitcase?
Yeah, he's putting it in a suitcase, which makes sense. If you plant it somewhere, maybe somebody sees the suitcase, you don't really think much of it. It's not like it's on a brown bag in a corner. In New York, we had a thing after 9/11. See something, say something. Yeah, if it looks suspicious, but if you see a suitcase, well, something like that, well, maybe that could still be suspicious, depending. But if it has a bunch of tags, like an airport, maybe you won't be like, oh, somebody left their suitcase.
Yeah. And then we see Dexter. He drives to Jeremiah's house. And we see that Jeremiah and Cole and I guess his security,
some other goons,
is like right behind him. And he gets out. They kind of pulled their guns on him, and he's asking who are you? Why are you here? He's like, we need to talk. Then he basically just tells them, hey, I was sent here to kill you. He's like, I think you can figure that out. But he's like, I want to talk about it.
I didn't understand this part. I get the swerve. You got to do it for the show whole thing. But for this, with the watchmaker, it doesn't make much sense. Because
I feel like I do get it.
You get it? All right. So I'll say my part, and then you tell me why you get it. So, okay. He takes the money. He doesn't trust Dwight. He gets some heebie-jeebie vibes from him. So, but if you get that, then why are you going to then go to this guy, Dunmire, who is just as shady, and present that information? Because he doesn't have to believe you on any of this stuff. He doesn't have to take your word for it. It's like, oh, how do I know you didn't also plant a bomb somewhere? I can't trust you. You're just a hitman for hire type of thing. But he just puts all his chips in and feels that, hey, Dunmire is going to trust everything I had to say, and I'm going to tell him I'm going to help him out, and that I hate Dwight now, and I want to hurt his friends. That's why I don't get that. It doesn't make much sense they would do that. But go ahead, say yours.
The way that I see it is, Dexter, he's just a loner. He said, he goes, he basically has no feelings for anything. Like, he doesn't have that in his business. And he said it was obvious that he has disdain for me. He didn't come in like, hey, I want this done. He had disdain for me, and he goes, I don't know why. So basically, the enemy of my enemy is.
Yeah, but you're a hitman. Do you need to be buddies? No.
But he didn't like the fact that he had disdain for him. And he's like, there's a reason why he has disdain. I'm going to kill him, but my gift to you, to let you know, is I want to hurt his friends first. That was his whole goal, was to hurt his friends first.
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
I think it would have been a little better. This is just me saying that if they caught him in the act setting up the bomb, and then they say, all right, you know what, what's going on? Oh, he tells them everything and says, all right, well, we're going to take this bomb. We're going to use it for our purpose. And that's to set up at the hotel. And where did you say you have to call him afterwards? All right, once you call him up, we're going to go with you there, and we're going to take him out, meaning Dwight. Like, the whole thing was a setup. And then they can have the firefight at that warehouse. And that's the way I would have gone about it. But no, they didn't do that.
But you have to work it into it, because the police officers are not going to be there too, the FBI.
So they would have been there. But yeah, they would have been. So they would have been part of the firefight as well. But at this time, Moses doesn't know about that. That would have been cool if he would have brought up, I think he's working with the feds. Somebody has been trying to get at me for a while.
This is why Taylor Sheridan just signed $1 billion contract and you did not.
Hey, that's right. There you go. Thanks a lot. Thanks for throwing that in my face. There you go. I can't write these scripts. I know.
But yeah, then we see Margaret, and she's setting up for the fundraiser for Cal. And Dwight calls to talk to her. Again, there's a lot of this, like, calling. There's a lot that happens, but there's not a lot that happens in this episode.
It's also perfect timing, because once we hear with the watchmaker talking about, I want to hurt the ones close, and then we get this scene, and then they're doing the whole romantic little jokes on the phone. I miss you. You miss me. I miss you. It's like, oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
If you really wanted to set this character off, I think that would have been it.
No, Adrian, you're Margaret.
So we see Dexter get out of his very expensive Mercedes and take the suitcase, but he's dressed like some is some worker in overalls and stuff. And I'm like, all right, that's the first thing that's suspicious right there.
Well, that, and if this is a fundraiser, he is running for office, you have to have security. Right off the bat, there's no one working the door. He just walks in, even if he looks like a worker, still somebody has to be like, all right, what are you here to do? Didn't we just cover this in Slow Horses? Remember the same type of deal? A guy walked in. Oh yeah, there's a light bulb that blew out in the bathroom.
There was a YouTube channel, I think, and these guys walk into places with a ladder, and they're like, you can walk into any place in a ladder, and no one will question you. And they record them walking into things, like they go on to concerts, and then they just leave the ladder there. No one questions. Who's going to show up with the ladder? You're there to do some work. And if you ask, you can say, hey, we got to fix the lighting. But they're like, we walk into half these places. So I guess I kind of get it. But yeah, you would think that they would be asking.
We get a quick little conversation with Dwight and his sister Joanne, because she asked, it was like, hey, are you going to the fundraiser? Because that's a big question now. It's like, oh, he's going to be. He says, no, he wasn't invited. Right? What the hell is that? What do you mean we're invited? Like, but then again, Cal doesn't really want to show that connection. You want to
keep it separate.
Yeah, I get that.
And the idea is to trick them into seeming like Margaret and Cal are a couple. And then they can easily say, oh, no, we never said that. We were just working together.
Yeah, Cal brings that up later on. I was going to do a little audio clip on that, but it's pretty obvious. I mean, everywhere they go, they're together.
But
single type of deal.
But then we get Dexter, who calls Dwight to basically say, hey, you know what? It's all set up. And it's time to do the exchange.
Mm-hmm. And Dwight says he'll set it up, right? Location.
Yeah, which is kind of odd because I thought Dexter. It's really weird to say Dexter. And then
call him the watchmaker. That's what I do. When I think of Dexter, I think of Dexter, and
I know
setting him up with a kill room. It's like,
and then at the end, he's in the kill room.
Exactly. Oh, we got to do the crossover.
He doesn't lie. Well, he might still be alive. We don't know. But he pretty much sets everything up.
Yeah.
Which, again, you think Dexter would be smart enough to know, no, I don't let someone else set this up. But he does.
Well, he wants the money. And then, right after that's why he calls, Special Agent Musso and tells him, it's like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm going to pick the spot. And then he gets pissed because he's like, no, it's my call. It's like everybody wants to, play the contest of who's bigger right here. It's like, no, I'm the boss.
So at some point, and Taylor Sheridan has a problem with this. He did it with what's the other show with
which one?
Zoe on it?
Linus.
Mm-hmm. Like, I love season 1, second season. She's like the tough woman, and she has to prove that she's a tough woman. Like, no, you've already established this. We don't have to continue to see this, right? We're getting to see like Dwight, like he basically just, he told Bill he'd hang up on Bill. Bill would get like, all right, we got to cut back on this because he doesn't need to be the most toughest. We don't want him to be the toughest guy. Like, he has to be an underdog at some point. But now it's just like he's basically telling Musso what he's going to do. And,
it's just his way, though. And if anything, that's the only thing that makes sense is that this is how, like you just said, this is how he talks to Bill. This is how he talks to everybody. He's the boss. So it's making the rules. And technically, it is his money, right? He's bringing in the 150 large. So if this guy wants some money, this is that. But we also get a hint out of writing from this point is that Dwight has other plans for the watchmaker.
Yes.
That's the other reason why he's picking the location of where he's picking. He could have picked the Starbucks, right? He could have did something like that. He's like, hey, I want to get some coffee, and then sit down. We've seen it in all the movies. You put your briefcase down, put the one on down. It's like, all right, you're leaving. You take the other briefcase. He takes your briefcase. There you go. You walk out. But
so we get the return of the weed shop,
which it's grown. Has grown. This thing is huge.
Well, I think it's in a different location now. Because originally it was by itself when Dwight first finds it, isn't it? It's
It
like
was in a strip mall. I could have swore it was like a strip
no,
mall.
I thought it was by itself, or maybe
Put in the comments, people. We're blanking on this.
But then I believe they move, and that's when Bodhi's friend gets killed.
Could be. I remember it looked nicer when Joanne got involved. Remember, she was like, "I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to do this," and added all these other little displays.
But Spenser and Tyson go on and talk to Bodhi, and basically say, "Hey, we have these drugs, and we need this place. We can sell it all in one night." Now, I don't know about you. I don't do drugs. I've never done drugs, but I feel like inviting a bunch of druggies into a pot shop after hours for it to be like a club is just a horrible idea.
It is a horrible idea. It will draw a bunch of attention, plus the loud music. You need different permits for clubs. You can't just say, "Hey, I'm going to blast my Gemini speakers and everything."
You notice there's no one else on that whole street. These shows have got to start doing a better job. We saw it in Reacher.
Oh, yeah. The laundromat. Right? Yeah, the laundromat.
It's like, stop with this whole, like, there's no one on the streets. I mean, I don't.
It you know what it is? It takes away from the story. That's why, because then they would have to explain all of this. Because that's the problem. When you start thinking about it logically, you're like, well, no, you can't just do that. Yeah, you can't. But in TV land, you can do whatever you want. Do you need a permit? No. We just saw this whole thing with the liquor license with Joanne and all that stuff. But hey, they're going to be serving booze at this rave party, whatever they're doing. They're serving Molly and all kinds of things. They think that's going to be perfectly fine. But hey, Bodhi was surprised. And then he looks over and he's like, "How did you get involved, Spenser?" And she's like, "This was my idea, my plan." And he was like, "Well," and then in his head, I wish he would have said it, but it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Like, "Well, you are the boss's daughter,"
Look, I mean, there's a few things. We have Tyson once again saying, "I need to be an earner." I don't think Tyson understands what being an earner is.
Yeah, no.
Again, he should have got blowed up.
Yeah. Well, his time is coming, I think.
But he says, "Hey," he goes, Dwight's not going to know about this."
Oh, of course.
And if he does find out, put it all on me. And then Bodhi says, "Well, I want 25% of the door." Right?
Yeah.
25% of the door. And then I think you said 50% of the profit, or you say 25%. Either way, that cut keeps getting smaller and smaller for people.
Mm-hmm. Especially for his, because for Tyson. So you're earning what? Yeah, I wrote down 25% from the door. That's what he wants. Bodhi wants from him. So that's it's not going to be much. And then he's like, "Oh, Dwight's not going to know." Well, he is going to know. You said you want to be an earner. If you're going to bring any kind of money, he's going to be like, "Where did this money come from? What are you going to say?" And drugs, that's a dirty business. That's a dirty business.
The reason why he made Bodhi become his partner, because pot was legal. He doesn't want to be part of any. That's the reason why Goody said, "Hey, I just want the cash. You guys do whatever you want."
Because he knows it's a dirty business. You start getting in drugs, illegal drugs, you get cops involved. That talks serious jail time for distribution, all that stuff. No. Don't want the headaches.
And Mitch he's went to prison, and they're all tied together.
Yeah.
So anyway, then we get Dwight meeting with Musso. He tells him he knows that he took Bill, and that he needs to let him go. And this is where Musso says, No. He goes, "That's just a gangster. I will let him out when it's time. He's going to ruin things for us." And
I was just to say, because I guess he was he's tapping into his phone, as we learned, Dwight's phone. So I guess he felt that he was going to be sniffing around and eventually find out that he's been meeting with this. All right.
And again, like Bill wants to know what's going on. Bill has people kind of following him to find this stuff out. So now you need to take him off the streets.
But he's got people missing him. He's the boss of a whole other gang. So that also doesn't make any sense, because the right hand man, I forgot his name, was it Patrick or something? The dude that Bodhi doesn't like.
Unless if Bill agreed and he said, "Okay, I'll call and tell them."
Yeah, just call. Just tell him you're okay. Say, "I'm okay. They're doing some operation. I don't know. It's going to be tricky even when they let him loose. Where did he say he went?
But in the end, Musso said Bill stays until I say he's done. He's ready to get out. And then they're driving, and this is where we find out that Dexter, the watchmaker, he ended up killing Musso's partner. Now he wasn't trying to, but Musso's partner was trying to get people out, and that's when he died.
That's when he died,
along with other people. It wasn't just him; it was other people too. And basically, Dwight's like, "Hey, let me handle it the way." Nope, it says to be by the book.
By the book, and then we got this.
Your partner, they didn't have those people.
By the book, okay?
Throw that book in the fucking fire, would you?
Throw it in the fire. The fire from the bomb that he sets off. And his body in there. And right off the bat, we knew, and we knew this before. Once he saw those pictures of the kids and all that stuff that Musso sent them a few episodes back, we knew if he gets involved and sets this up, he's gonna handle it his way.
Yeah. Well, it is called Tulsa King. It's not
exactly.
It's called Musso King.
Musso King. They changed the show. Special Agent Musso.
So Musso gives him a wire, which is just a small little, what am I supposed to do with this? Put it, put on your collar. And as he's walking up, he gets out to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
He drops it. It's supposed to be crystal clear. They really didn't hear the thing drop.
They said it. I feel like one of the agents said that it takes time for it to sink, because that was the argument before when he was like, "Hey, I don't hear." It takes time. It takes time. So maybe there's that period, but still, yeah. You would have thought they would have heard. It's like
you would have tested it. You would have known that it's working. He would have heard. Again, has to fit the narrative.
Donnie Brasco style. We've seen it in so many others. Testing, talking to it, please. Talking to it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that. Okay.
There's a few.
I mean, yeah, we've heard it.
So Dwight goes in, sees the watchmaker. He's sitting at this little desk. So weird. He's sitting at this little desk in the middle of nowhere.
With a lamp.
Like, I don't know if you saw former President Biden when he signed that deal like in the woods, and then he gets up and just walks away. There's this desk in the middle of the woods.
What the hell?
It was supposed to be symbolic that he was signing like something for the rainforest, and then he gets up and he starts walking away. It's so
I don't know, but
I'll find it.
I'm trying. All right, but I'm trying to figure out. I thought Dwight picked this location.
He did,
but then this guy carries a lamp with him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's a table somewhere, or was the table already set up?
I would assume he maybe had the table. I don't know.
That's the only thing again, these are the little things that you think about when you're reviewing something. When whether I was writing it for the site or I'm talking it here. When you see this, and we're like, wait, who brings a table and a lamp?
Before anyone says like, "Oh, you guys are nitpicking," that's what we do. If I was sitting back and watching it, I probably would never think about it because I'd watch it. No. But if you're talking to your friends, you'd be like,
yeah, hey, how'd that happen?
That's just sitting there, right?
Well, the other thing is that we find out that the special agent had one of his guys already on lookout and saw him go in there. He's like, "Oh yeah, the dude's been here for a couple hours. He's here."
Missed everything else.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
this whole place would be surrounded. But anyway,
mm-hmm.
I don't want facts to ruin a good story.
No, yeah, we still enjoy it. We enjoy it.
Dexter pulls out this little gun on him, basically explains to him, you don't like me, and I double crossed you, right? And then of course, and Freddy triple crossed him.
Yeah, Bigfoot comes out.
and Bigfoot and Mitch both come out, and again, you're like, all right, dude.
The joke here was when the watchmaker was like, "I wasn't expecting to be double crossed." He puts the gun down. Really? Really? You weren't expecting this? You thought he was just going to walk in there and you come on now. I thought you did your research on this man. He's the general.
You would think so. I mean, he knew who he was. So Then we go back to the fundraiser for Cal. And Cal's talking to Margaret and basically says, hey, you know what? Everyone thinks of us as a couple.
Yeah, start kissing me, hold my hand. She pushes him. Stop.
So this is where we talked about, like, it seems like Dwight is kind of like jealous of him. And I said, well, he's not. I don't think he's jealous that he's going to steal her. I think he's just jealous of the time. And I think this kind of goes back to what you were thinking, that, hey, you know what? This is what Cal's going to try for. Because it already seemed like he kind of had a thing for her.
I don't think he's that dumb, though.
Unless, I don't know.
I mean, he's done some dumb things, but he should have learned his lesson last season. You know, he took his lickings. So,
but he's at the point now. He's like, I want to know what Dwight wants from me. He doesn't want anything from me. No. You both do. And he tells her, "You and I are not bulletproof," or whatever he said.
Yeah.
He may be, but we're not.
Yeah.
Because this guy, I mean, I don't know. Are you really bulletproof if you just spent 25 years in prison?
No, but maybe he's talking about like the people that he has surrounding him, the connects that he has that and within that world, and he doesn't have that. Cal doesn't have that. He had that other group, and they're all gone. Everything is gone. So
then we jump back to Musso, and they can't hear anything. Again, you would have been listening the whole time. You would have heard. I mean, again. You can hear that. You'd be able to hear a microphone literally drop.
Or you would think they would have eyes within the room if they've been there for that long. It's like, yeah, you saw him walk in. Well, what's he doing? I don't know. You told me, boss, to stay outside. Really? Just go. What if he's setting up a bomb, you fool? He is a bomb maker.
The FBI. All right. This is not some local.
Exactly. No, that's exactly.
That's never had crime in their area.
Yeah.
They have the whole SWAT there and everything.
Yeah, but
and then finally Musso's like going, right? They all go in.
A whole bunch of other cars show up too. We got the whole SWAT crew show up. Yeah.
No one saw the old ass SUV drive away. Because it was in.
We like the show, people. We like this show. Okay, don't come at us hard with the comments.
Okay.
We just notice these things. Come on, common sense. We're all saying the same thing. If we're like, oh wow, this car showed up. Yeah, it's pretty close. You're not that far off. But whatever. They go in.
Well, this is when Musso sees. Yeah, he's been double crossed.
Everybody's double crossed. There's a triple cross now, right? Because we got all the other people. Because the deal is,
it's like a quadruple cross.
Quadruple.
Yeah, because we had Dexter double crossed
and Dwight,
but Dwight triple crossed him, and technically Dwight actually double crossed Musso. It's a lot.
Oh, it's turning into Days of Our Lives here.
You just can't trust anyone.
Don't trust anyone. There you go. Right?
It's
Sopranos all over again.
I'm not trusting anyone.
No.
But they take Dexter and to be tortured.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh because they all have the Dexter suits on, except they're open, and like you can still get blood all over the suit. It's fully open. Like Dexter is always all tightened up.
He's got the face shield and stuff for the blood splatter. I mean, even if they didn't do anything, that right there would get me concerned. I'm like, oh wow, I'm not gonna make it out of here. This is
and Dwight tells him. He tells him right away. He's like, "You're gonna kill me anyway." He's like, "Yeah, but you might as well tell us."
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is interesting because this real quick before you go, this connected again to Dexter Resurrection. Because at the end of Dexter Resurrection, he collected all the files. Remember of all the other killers out, the serial killer stuff. And here, this is what he wants. It wasn't so much to torture him for what he did with the kids and all that stuff. No, he wants a listing of all his clients. And that's when he said that whole story. He's like, they'll kill me. You're going to die anyway. He's like, but I want that list. So,
and they like recorded everything, which what's up with the recording devices?
Yeah.
I mean,
their phones. All the phones do it now, and
so they didn't have. They had like an old time.
Oh, that's right. Device. He didn't take out a phone. We saw them slow horses with the old tape recorder.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But quickly we switched to
the weed shop.
Well, first off, we had Jeremiah telling Cole that he already has a plan to hurt people.
Yeah, he's hanging
and
out.
It's very short. This is where you go to the weed shop and parties going on, and I don't know where I got strobe. Again,
playing your favorite jam.
How did this happen? Like, where did this happen?
I don't know.
We got neon lights. There's nothing else going on in the whole street.
Who else is working there? Because Tyson said we're selling everything. I need to go. There's got to
solely looked like Tyson and
Spenser. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but you're supplying for all these people.
At what point do they go, why don't I just rip you guys off?
Exactly. And did they move all the displays away? Where'd they put all the displays? Are they dancing around
and stuff?
Yeah.
Like again. Anyway.
Oh boy.
And Spenser notices Cole's there. He's literally like Michael Myers. Like, well, did I just see him?
Yeah.
And then she follows him outside, and he's just like, what are you doing here? If Tyson sees you, he'll do nothing.
Exactly. He's a good man, but you know how Tyson is.
And I think this is where we're starting to see Cole. Someone has a conscience. He cares for her, and he says, my dad said something about hurting people close to
Dwight. Yeah.
And he's worried that it might happen at this weed shop. And she's like, you need to stay here. I'll come back. I'll get you. Goes in, tells Tyson. Cole's outside. Tyson tries to act tough. She said, no, this isn't it. Tyson goes, good. I was going to get my ass beat anyway.
Exactly.
That was in the cut scene.
It was in the cut. They edited that out. It's like, oh.
But she tells him and says something about, I believe she says something about the hotel.
Yeah, he's like, well, what else is happening? I was like, well, there's a hotel. There's the fundraiser. Margaret. Yeah. Oh, make a call.
So, yep, he makes the call. She goes out. Cole's already gone. Of course, he's not going to stick around. Mm-hmm. He has biceps to work out.
Exactly. You can just follow the hand. The hair cruncher. It's like, follow the noise. There we go.
So then we have Tyson calling Dwight, and they're now taking him away. They've gotten everything. They're taking him away to his final destination. And then he says something about like the bomb is there or something. Like something's gonna happen.
The bomb is at the hotel. Yep. He said the bomb's there. So what time? Yeah. Finds out 10 o'clock. What we're like.
They call Musso.
10, 2,
right? Yeah. He calls Musso. He makes him scream it. Again, I don't know why he had to scream it. Like, and then they throw him in a tomb. They put the casket on him. And they put him in a casket with a dead body. Close the tomb. And you can hear him like screaming. So we don't know that he's fully gone yet, right?
Yeah, unless it's just for holding. Maybe that could be it. Maybe he got what he wanted from him, and he will, because we'll get to it at the end. But he told Special Agent, we'll talk about this in the morning.
Well, I don't think he's going to tell him at all.
You don't think so? I don't think so.
No, he just literally tortured him.
Yeah, well, yeah, but not like that guy's going to say anything. He's been tortured because we have all the recordings. He spewed everything. If anything, I'm sure Dummeyer's name is on that recording.
But why would that guy care? I think Dwight wants him to suffer.
Oh no, he's definitely suffering now.
That's a hell of a way to die. But anyway.
No, I get you.
Yeah, Dexter gets left in the tomb. We have the fundraiser. The police are on the way. There's no police anywhere closer. They have like
no
8 minutes to get there. They're trying to call, but all the phones were put away. Just like
what was up with that?
Batman Returns, right?
Yeah, I don't. And they were right next to each other. You see them all like what really out in the open like that? Even if you do store them away, you don't do that. But have a watch. That's the whole thing with like an Apple Watch or Samsung. If you have an Android, you have something so that very discreet. You're not being disrespectful, taking out your phone and all that. But you're like, oh, what time is it?
You have an Android, you're already disrespectful because we have green text.
That's it. It's dirty. Yeah, man. It's the slime text. Yeah, you got the Slimer ones when you get that.
But again, it's just like they're all on their way.
Mm-hmm.
All the police obviously all started in one spot. There was no police close to this fundraiser. Why wouldn't you have? Again, you would have police for the fundraiser.
Would have presence,
somebody that is running for governor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you'd be able to call that. But
especially with all these bigwigs showing up, right? They got this big Dr. Johnson, the Attorney General with his wife, everybody's there. Yeah, you would think
there would be at least one police officer.
Hell,
but
the Attorney General should be walking with security after getting whooped by Dunmire and knowing that he just got released.
Yeah, he just got released because he would know. He's the Attorney General.
Exactly, right? Time now is 9:52. Come on, this is at 24.
Yeah, so they get there. It takes time for people to hear the bomb threat. And then, of course, like Dwight and them showing, they smash right into the front.
Mm-hmm.
He goes running, and he only cares about Margaret. Doesn't care about anyone else.
He first screamed, "Adrian!" And then he woke up. Oh, Margaret!
But of course, they're able to get everyone out, and then the bomb goes off, and we see Mitch get blown. Blown off the steps. They all get knocked down, and
but no one cares about that because that never gets brought.
Dwight makes sure that Margaret's happy and
she's cool. She's happy. It's gonna work out. They're gonna get married. Everything is great. Get a bunch of dogs. They already got the horses. And it's true. When something traumatic happens in your life, something like this, you start thinking real quick about what you want to do for the rest of that time. And I'm sure they were like, all right, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Let's settle down. I don't know. What do you think? I thought, and maybe we could, I'll save my thought for the end. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I guess I'm going to go on it.
Yeah. So we see the bomb blast. And then we see Cole and Jeremiah talking. And I was confused on this because they don't really say if Jeremiah realized that Cole was the one that went and foiled it.
No, he doesn't say it. He doesn't bring it up. He doesn't know that. He says, "Oh, about your plan. I know you're doing." He's like, "Oh yeah, had to be done," and pretty much like this is something that he had set up, and these are the things that he has to do. That's just how it works. And then he walks away from his little bonfire.
I still say in the end, Cole will off his dad.
Yeah, I mean, he could have done it right now. I think that would have been good.
I think it would have fit perfectly, but again, we still have to get 2 more episodes. But then we see Musso talking to Dwight, and this is where everyone's watching and like, who is this guy? I already said like Mitch and Bigfoot must have known, because how would they know all this? He must have told them. How did you get connected with this guy? And basically,
wait, real quick, because I just looked at him because I was like, man, he said it worked out for him in the end. So that's I guess he knows that it went boom, and that's what they were going with. Okay, all right, keep going.
But yeah, so they just kind of, Dwight tells them, we'll talk in the morning. Right now, I have other things I want to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Now everyone's wondering, hey, who is this guy? And now Dwight he's gonna have to explain to him.
Yeah, Tyson's there, Spencer's there, Margaret, everyone is all looking. But you know what they're not looking at? They're not looking at Mitch on the floor, burnt up.
He got up, and I don't know why. I didn't understand why he went to Spencer and Tyson, but we don't see Grace in this episode, I don't think.
No,
Goody's
we have to assume she was we have to assume she was still at the party, and Bodhi were at the party. I don't think Bodhi. I can't see him mingling and handing out drugs for money.
No, because don't you remember Bodhi said he didn't want to have anything to do with
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But they didn't close up this party that they were running. They just ran out. So it's got to be Gracie, right? She's got to be Grace, I should say. It's just Grace. It's got to be Grace that's still there.
Well, maybe they closed it down right after. Maybe like everyone's got to get out of here.
We got raided. And I don't know.
Yeah, that's basically how it ends.
Oh man. So my thought is this was good. It was a good episode. Even though we found a bunch of weird little nitpicks here and there, but still it was a fun episode. It got things moving in the right direction. We had just talked about in the last episode. There was no mention of the watchmaker, but it's all about that here. There was also no mention of Bill in the last episode, who's been missing, and he has a crew that they're freaking out. Well, that comes up here as well. So at least that's cleared up. But where do they go from here? I'm assuming that they have Bigfoot has a recording. He said we got everything on tape. They're going to play that for the agent. That will lock up Dunmire. Maybe he's on the run. They can't find him. Something's going to happen. Maybe that leads to what you were saying about Cole taking out Dunmire, because maybe he tries to throw his son under the bus type of deal. Like, hey, you're going to take the rap. What do you mean? You're going to say this was your idea. You're going to serve the time. You're always the mess up. You're always screwing things up anyway. So there you go. You're going to take the one for the team, for the family. I'm not going down for this, because that's all. Maybe that's what he says. Oh, yeah, Mr. Dunmire. Well, that could apply to Cole as well as a Mr. Dunmire. But
and they can easily say, hey, Dwight can say he confessed, but then he got away. But you're never going to find him, because Musso can't go back to his superiors and say, oh yeah, you know what? They got away.
They don't care. Remember, that's what he said. Musso said that superiors don't even care about this. They're too busy on other things. This is his own side issue because of his partner.
He can't go back to them at all. So no matter what, this has made it so Dwight can get away. Yeah. I like the episode. It's a lot of action. Not a lot of action. There's a lot of
suspense and
yes.
Yeah, and a lot of drama with this,
and not overly
drama,
not overly done. But it was a good episode, and they're already answering a bunch of questions, which I do like. I think you and I both talked about this. I hate when we get to an end of a season and we're like, "Hey, what about that guy who seemed pretty big for like 3 episodes, and then just vanished?"
Yeah, that's weird.
Watchmaker got taken care of, so that's fine. I don't think anyone's gonna be like, "Hey, we never saw the end of the Watchmaker. Did he actually die?" Well, they left him in a casket.
We'll find out. I think he's still going to say something. Just for the fact that he talked to the agent and said, "All right, we'll talk about it in the morning." Nope. Maybe he'll say, "This is where the body," or no, maybe he won't say that. He'll just give him the tape recorder. Like, this is everything you need. Go after everybody.
Well, no, they can't, because they tortured him. They can't do that. Unless if they really don't care. But yeah, I like the episode. It was interesting. It was fairly fast paced. And again,
40 minutes.
A lot that happened without having too much. We've seen some of these episodes or some of these shows where it's like back and forth and back, and you're like, oh my God, this is really annoying. Like, it's like that person they can't tell you in one text. They send you 10 texts, and you're like, this could have been one.
Tell me what's going on. We'll talk later. Tell me about that. I'm going to tell you in a few minutes. I got to talk about. I'm busy doing something. Oh, we still have to talk. Let me tell you. I'm going to call you in a half an hour. What the hell? Forget it. I'm turning off my phone. I'm done. This is done. But the only thing that I was going to say is at the end is that maybe this is when Margaret decides to build that distance. Maybe she does decide to step away. It's one thing that she liked danger. We heard that in the beginning of the season when Dwight said, "Hey, you could leave. You don't need to." But no, I like this. I know what I'm getting into. Well, now you just had an attempt on your life.
I don't think so.
You think she's, and then with throwing in the line with Cal talking about, "Hey, you're not bulletproof. I'm not bulletproof." That I'm sure that was all intentional. So that's what we thought. We thought she liked the excitement, the danger at the beginning. You could like it until someone's pointing a gun in your face. Like, whoa.
It's not the first time it's happened at a ranch. Like,
no, I get that.
She knows what she's getting into. She knows that she's in the gangster life now.
But then they have to get Hicks, so then that way she can move in with him, and she can start packing, and they can do that type of deal. That's what's gonna happen. He still has a mansion, right? Doesn't he still have that mansion in that gated community or whatever with that annoying dude that was still trying to get dues on him or something?
Oh yeah, that guy got completely trapped.
Yeah. Well, they haven't had to go back to the house. We've only seen the house scene like once.
The HOA president.
The HOA dude that had no idea who he was. Again, if you live in those HOA, they know who's moving in. They know who's there. Oh, come on now. But hey, anyway, if you made this far, thank you. And there are a lot of you. We know because we see the hour count. So thank you again just for doing that. That is fantastic. You hear us ramble. We do our review. We give our thoughts. Give your thoughts. Go ahead. There's no wrong thoughts here. Whatever you think, it's fine. Save space for TV watchers. This is what we do. All right. And we will be back next week for episode 9. And then what else? We're doing something else. There's so much stuff. I gave the rundown of all the other stuff. Then Landman, but I think Landman won't be out by the time this next episode. I don't know. We're already recording this ahead.
Next episode is one episode. Then the following week we'll have Landman and Tulsa King, and you will also have
the Mayor of Kingstown.
The Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. And it's all Taylor Sheridan. Are we fans? Maybe. I mean, there we go. We will follow this man to the ends of the earth. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good week. Talk to you later.
Take care.